Alright, my help should be on the way soon. I mean, I might have could have done this by myself, but I don't think so. That's why I hadn't got it done already. The neighbor behind me, he's the cool neighbor. He let me borrow this. I already had a winch, or come along, I think is what it's called. But I didn't have one of these. I needed one of these. So he let me borrow this. It's proving to be useful. I know how to make my own out of lumber, but it's not as effective probably as that. Oh. So I got it started. The thing the guy said, the guy that let me borrow the stretcher, he said to put that thing like right here and stretch it, but I didn't want to have like wasted leftovers, so I put it way out there instead so we have slack. I'm gonna extend it all the way over to here and wrap it around this as tight as I can, but this isn't as solid as this is, so I'm gonna stretch it as tight as I can and secure it to this, and then I'll cut the excess off and wrap it around this so the goats can't get up under here. So it was fun trying to get this roll around this tree yesterday all by myself, but I did it. But it looks like it's creating another problem. When I was rolling it out, it was getting hung up on the roots of the tree and the barbed wire, and it was heavy. Now it looks like it's still getting hung up on the barbed wire, but with help, you know, I'll get it straightened out and whatnot. Oh, I forgot to secure it at the other end. I'll have to loosen it a little bit so I can secure it up here. First. It's still kind of, oh shit. So this is what I was worried about, getting hung up on stuff. Hopefully I didn't tear it up too much. I did. Dang it. So that's why you need more than one person. I gotta loosen that and try to fix that. All right. All right. We got it up. Now we're just going and taking it down. I definitely couldn't have done this on my own. Mark and Josh was a big help. That's why I haven't gotten it up already. I didn't really have a whole lot of help before. And all my people that were supposed to show up and help before never showed up and never did anything. Even the people I paid to show up. So, anyways, so we got her done. I gotta come back and staple these in. Right now they're just tied on with wire, but it'll hold it for now. So I'll come back with those U-nails, those, they call them staples, but they're like U-nails, and hammer those in. And then the neighbor should, he does fencing for a living, so we talked, and I don't know if he's going to do it or not, but I suggested him putting in the metal pipes on his side to reinforce the fence in the creek. And then I will hire him to do it for me again on the other side. You know, basically he does this one on his accord, and then I'll pay him to do the other one. But I also will pay him to redo my goat yards too, because these things are not stable anymore. They probably got a few more years, but not much more than that. They're supposed to last 50 years, but they don't. Another problem is most of these T-posts are 16 foot apart. We were supposed to do these 8 foot apart, but David Ray only put them 16 feet apart. And we put them 16 foot apart. He was supposed to come back and put more T-posts in at the 8 foot mark, so they would be 8 foot apart, and he never finished it. So the previous neighbor, when he put up his barbed wire fence, he basically followed David Ray's formula and put everything 16 foot, except for down in the creek, it's like 20 some feet. So I got to come back in here and put in some more T-posts where they need to be. 16 foot will be fine in certain places where it drags. But, you know, where it's up off the ground and the goats can get under, I'll have to come in and put in another one at the 8 foot mark and bring it down some more, you know, kind of anchor it a little bit better. Or like over there where it's like 20 some feet, it definitely needs another one, or another 2 in there, but that's in the creek. Hopefully the neighbor does the metal welded posts down there, and that will definitely reinforce it, because that wooden post down there, I don't see, the wooden post right there, he basically just dug a hole and put in cement, but then the water washed through all the cement, all the dirt out from underneath the cement, and so it's just barely hanging in there now. So all that needs to be redone. But the other guy, like I said, he's a fencing expert, so he can come in and do the creek, but and I'll do the rest, because I don't have the means to do the creek. Like I said, after he does that, I'll pay him to do the creek on the other side where it comes from Michael's property and my property, the south property line. So yeah, let me get this bucket. So I'm gonna go down there and help finish up. We should maybe get this done today. I was thinking maybe we wouldn't get done today, but Josh showed up. Josh has more fencing experience than I do, and Mark's still learning, but Mark's a hard worker. He's pretty much, these two are pretty much the only reliable help I have, but Josh is mostly working for Laura right now, so I don't have him to depend on too much. But just got to put some more rocks here so the goats don't come through the creek. Oh, oh. But yeah, we should get this done today. Not 100% done, but done enough. And then, because like I said, I'll have to come back in with T-posts where we need to bring it down, like right here maybe. Anywhere the goats can probably push under. Especially right here. This is where the goats had been going under. So I definitely need to bring that down some more. But it'll slow them down for a little while. But not for too long. It's better than it was. So yeah. I'll probably have to keep the goats locked up for 2 weeks. Until I come home and I can pound some T-posts. That one might be okay. I don't think they can get underneath it. I might want to put a T-post there too. Yeah, anywhere the goats can get out, I'll put a T-post, and then come back later and put in more, because I need to take these out, put in a little bit taller ones, because I want to put barbed wire across the top as well. But anyways, all right. Well, yeah, they're all in. Okay, hurry. The goats are mad because they're locked up. I'm thinking about taking a couple of these guys to auction. This little one here, she's Becky's, and Becky's kind of small. And I don't want them to be too small. I want meat goats, not milk goats. I'll keep Becky because I love Becky. Becky's friendly. She loves me. Get down. But like Rachel, she looks like she's going to be a big goat. But this one here, I think her name is Rose. Yeah, Rose. Rose is pretty small. Let's see, Ruthann looks like she might be a decent size. Maybe. But we'll see. They need to be bigger than Becky. Becky's probably, and Faith. Faith and Becky are my two smallest nannies. The goats and the pig don't exactly get along. Bucky's a good buck. But anyways, he's gonna be a big one, but he's going to the butcher in he's going to the butcher in January. But he's as big as his mom right now. If she gets bigger, get down. Don't need you guys compromising my fence. But anyhow, so I'm basically raising them to be dual purpose goats. Back here! But I'm not planning to milk them. So if somebody wants to buy them for milk, they can buy them for milk. But I'm mostly just raising meat goats. Stay down. Yeah, they're mad because they're locked up. You're in prison. I thought about letting them out since I got the east fence line done, but they've been bad. So I'm thinking about just leaving them locked up for another 2 weeks or a week and a half. I'm going to be back a week and a couple days. And they got probably plenty of food to last them a week in there. I went back and tried to find the videos or video of me working on the east fence line the last time. I don't have videos of the first time we worked on it because YouTube terminated my account in 2017. I think that was a year before they almost exactly a year before they terminated Alex Jones' account. But I only had one account on YouTube at the time, and I had all my stuff on there mixed together. And it took a while before I got back on YouTube, and but now I keep all my categories separate. I have separate channels for separate categories. But the reason why YouTube shut me down is because I had too much freedom fighter stuff. And the ultimate thing that got me shut down was advertising the book for a friend of mine who wrote the book, The Rise and Fall of Freedom in America. That's what got me terminated. But anyway, here comes Laura. So I don't have videos of the first time we cleared the east fence line and David Ray was supposed to finish putting up the fence. Now the neighbor put up fence, and then it would have been a lot easier for David Ray to put up the fence after he put up his fence. But he didn't. You know, he always tells everybody, oh, Kano buys fencing, I put it up. That was a bunch of crap. Once he did this first goat yard, he pretty much didn't want to do anything at all. Oh, we did the north side, but he kind of did a half-assed job on that. He never finished it. He never really finished this yard either. T-posts are 16 foot apart. They're supposed to be 8. This one took me 3 years twisting his arm, and I had to pay him extra. I already paid him to do it the first time, and he still never did. I had to pay him extra to get it done. But it finally got done. Took a few years, but it finally got done. So now, but whenever we got here, he was always like, oh, we got to have 3 yards minimum so we could do proper goat rotation. Well, we got the first yard up and then he quit. Like I said, it took over about 3 years for me to get him to do the second yard. And there still hasn't been a third yard. I'm going to have to hire somebody else, but nobody wants to show up for work. And Laura can contest to that.
What?
Nobody wants to work.
Fuck no.
You know,
That's why I pretty much aren't gonna do animals anymore.
I pay people to work. They don't show up. I don't pay people. Well, I don't pay them till after the work's done. They still don't show up. So you just can't rely on.
They won't even show up to do bid.
Yeah, sometimes they won't show up to do the bid.
I had that one guy that was gonna do the fencing, remember? And like kept telling me every weekend, oh, I'm gonna be out that weekend.
Never showed up.
And like it was like 4 weekends in a row and he never showed up.
Yeah. Yeah, I had one guy was going to do the south fence line, but I didn't have the money. By the time I had the money, he had let his brother take over the business, and the price had doubled. So I couldn't afford him. We finally got another guy to do it, and he was more interested in getting drunk than he was to come out and do the fence work. Michael had to harass him to get out here to do the work.
And then when he came out here and did the work, he was drunk.
And he did a half-assed job. So some things he did decent, but some things he didn't. And he didn't, like he put the T-posts the wrong direction.
Well, like he did a shitty job on the creek.
That too. And he didn't fence the H-posts. It's like the goats can go underneath the H-posts. What are you doing? You know? So, and then I tried to get him to come out and do the north. No, not the north. I already have the north.
The front.
The front, the west fence line. He came out and done measurements, and then never returned my calls, my text messages, nothing. So.
Well, that's kind of that's one of the reasons why I decided I don't really want to do animals.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna have a few, but it's just I can't. how can I have a large amount of animals
You pretty much got to do everything yourself.
when I can't get anyone to come out and do the work?
Right. You pretty much got to do everything yourself. So yeah, I then I tried to hire another guy to come out to do the west fence line, and he never showed up to even do the bid. So I Jimmy rigged it with goat panels
Hey,
so that I could start working on this. And I cleared over half of it. How long ago? A few months?
it was in summer. It was hot.
Yeah.
Summer, I was an idiot and came out here in shorts and got attacked by the
Thorns.
thorns. I didn't realize how thorny it was back here. It was pretty damn thorny.
Horny.
Thorny.
But anyways, so I started clearing it, but the neighbors, acted like it wasn't no big deal. The goats weren't a problem. They kept saying it wasn't a problem.
In fact, they laughed about it.
Yeah.
Faith attended their wedding,
Yeah.
and they acted like it was funny.
It was a big party. So yeah, and then other priorities got in the way, and so
Like lawsuits.
well, it's like those scammers trying to scam us out of the property, and we had to go to court over it. Bunch of things just got in the way, and so
2025 has been crazy.
so this pretty much just got put on the back burner. It wasn't like I was just blowing it off. It was a priority.
50 million things going on.
Yeah, it was a priority.
Oh, so I was one of the things I wanted to come back here and see is how you did that.
Yeah, pretty much just all the big rocks we can get our hands on, and some of the logs.
And some of the logs, yeah.
But the east neighbor is gonna put in he's gonna put in the pipes and do the welded thing for the creek to reinforce this so it doesn't get pushed over by the water. It's still a little loose, but like there's 16-foot gaps between most of these T-posts and over 20-foot gap here.
Right. So technically, you probably should have put another T-post here, I guess.
Well, not
Really couldn't,
well.
though, could you?
I'll have to put one over there.
Okay.
But he didn't put one there before, probably because of the roots were in the way.
Right.
But if this guy's got an electric T-post pounder, I might have him put the T-post over there.
Right.
But anyhow.
Or I just might buy one. And we'll go on in together, on one together.
Yeah. So.
I mean, because nobody wants to do shit. Might as well invest in some good equipment.
Yeah, we pretty much got to do everything ourselves.
We have to do it all ourselves.
So yeah, this kind of got put on the back burner because other things became more of a priority. Until the north neighbor started cussing me out for the goats being a problem. After multiple times, he always said it was never a problem.
Then all of a sudden it became a problem.
And he cussed me out for it. It's like, dude.
And tried to bully you out of your property.
Well, yeah, he's not bullying me out of the property yet, but he's acting like that's his next move. He basically told me that if I want to sell, he'll pay me $40,000 or less than $50,000 for it. And I'm like, pretty much. And I was like, yeah, that's a bunch of crap. I'm not doing it.
This is probably the area you're concerned about still, huh?
Yeah, right here is where they used to get out. And it's still a little loose. I don't think they can get out. But they can try.
Some of the littler ones might.
Right.
The pigs can, but the pigs are leaving.
Right. But I'm going to put a T-post here.
And that'll help pull it down.
Yeah. And then right here, I need to probably put a T-post right there.
Well, there's also a big...
Yeah,
There's a big log over there. You could take that and
maybe
put it against the fence too.
See, here's another thing. See, I wanted the 5 posts or 5 bars on here, and he did it on that side and this side, but he only put 3 here. He didn't finish it.
Right.
If he would have finished it, this wouldn't have been a problem.
Oh, you wanted it like that, not like this.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't finish this. He only put 3 bars on there instead of the 5 I requested. And then he gave me some bullshit excuse why he didn't do it.
And you guys paid him I helped pay for that too.
Well, yeah, but I paid you back for that.
Yeah, that's right. Well.
Here, can you grab that corner?
Okay.
Let's pick this up. All right.
Put it right here.
Put that right there. Yeah. There we go.
That'll help.
So yeah.
Yeah, we paid him a good amount of money to do that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have the money for that either. Mike paid for half, and I didn't quite have my half, so I borrowed half of my half from Laura. Paid her back with my inheritance.
Then you paid me back. Then we used it again.
We used it again on
like
this
the-
Collins property, so
like
now
the-
I still owe her money, like $8,000.
It's like the cycling. It's like the never-ending cycle of money.
Yeah. But at least we had it. My dad's inheritance. Well, we inherited my brother and I basically inherited my dad's mobile home. There's the only valuable thing in his estate. He had no money. And so the money we got from selling the mobile home allowed me to pay Laura back for the money that she invested in the
Keplinger
south
property.
fence line and the Keplinger property. But also gave us the money
For Collins.
for Collins. And so she had that money. And so she paid the majority of that. And so now I still owe her like $8,000.
I think it was like 9.
Well,
Oh, but you paid me. Yes, right. It is. But you gave me $500,
right.
and you're getting ready to pay me another $500.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let me walk across this so I don't fall. I think I got it.
But anyhow,
Oh shit!
what?
I almost tripped on a root.
Oh, don't do that. But anyhow, so luckily I still had this fence in storage. David Ray tried to steal it. He stole a bunch of my
Fence
stuff.
stealer.
So luckily I snagged this in time and put it in storage so it didn't get stolen. So I didn't have to worry about buying another roll of fence. But yeah, so we came out 2 days ago.
And finished clearing.
Finished clearing the fence. Mark, Laura, Garrett, and myself finished clearing the fence line. And then yesterday, I rolled the fence out. It was a pain in the butt. And then today, Mark, Josh, and I put it up.
And it's
Now it's done. Well, it's almost done.
It's like 95%.
Yeah, I gotta fix a couple things that need to be finished. Like we wired this up, but I need to put those U nails in it. They call them staples, but I call them U nails. And over here,
So
But-
I guess we'll just do that when you're home next time.
Yeah.
And so now,
and then this bottom one's not tight because it was tight till we tightened up the top ones. And then this bottom one was not tight.
so now the goats should not be able to get out.
Correct.
Hopefully. Maybe the little ones. But they're not going to leave the big ones.
Pretty much. Oh, now I can't get my tool out.
Fruit of the loom. Oh, your tool stuck? Oh, shit.
There it goes. All right.
Kevin seems happy to have the goats in there with him.
No, he don't.
Oh, he's not?
He don't like them. They don't like him.
Oh, really?
Well, they're not like... They don't hate each other, but...
Were they being mean to him today?
No, it's just like when I was over there, they were being aggressive with him because I was there. And then he got aggressive back.
Okay. I don't know. When I walked by, he seemed like he was happy.
Yeah, as long as they're not trying to get my attention and they're not trying to get out, and him too, then I guess they're fine. They
Look how
just,
much the pigs have been rooting through here.
oh yeah. So, but anyways, so the east fence line is done.
Woohoo!
and we're almost done.
So really, the only fence line we have. Well, you said you have left. You have to do the
Well-
north fence line, right?
Well, I gotta finish it. David Ray never finished it.
And we had to do.
I gotta finish that one too, because it's not finished. I mean, it's not supposed to be 16 foot. The T-posts aren't supposed to be 16 foot apart. See, like
Right.
right here, these are 16 foot apart too. He never finished it.
Right.
I paid him to finish it, but he never finished it.
One of the many people that don't do their job.
Pretty much. So, but, I mean, I guess as long as it's not a problem, it's not a problem. Because,
Right.
like right here, it was a problem. So I put in another T-post at the 8-foot mark.
So why was it a problem with the goats getting out?
Yeah, it gets too loose and it can push under it.
Right.
So, but we had Nigerians at the time. So they were going under the fence.
Right.
These are bigger goats, so they can't go under. They got to go over. But these are like medium goats. So I had bigger goats even before that. I had Kiko Spanish goat crosses.
Those are big.
Yeah.
They were bigger than these guys.
Well, they're about the size of Ramsey and Mamba.
Okay.
But only one was a jumper. She actually got her foot caught in the top rail of the fence over here in the corner. And luckily I was home because she couldn't get undone. And I had to get her undone. I had to pick her up. She's a big goat. I had to lift her up so I could get her foot untangled from this top
Speaking
rail.
of goats.
There they are.
Stop.
You're in lockdown.
You're on house arrest. Kevin's hanging out with them.
Yeah, he's doing all right. But yeah, when they were all over here in the corner, they were all on top of each other, and I think that was when it was a problem.
I mean, it's better to be alone, I guess. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
the second thing is they're probably not going to live in a freaking house.
Well, they'll be in the big house, they'll be in the little house. So, but between both yards, they got plenty of room for housing.
Right.
So, they'll be fine. And the goats won't care as much when it's not raining.
Which it seems like the weather's going to take a little turn to the better.
Yeah.
So, we never did find Josh's cat, did we?
Oh!
I didn't see it back there.
I forgot about it. It's up here, I think.
See it?
No, it's up here, up here. But yeah, right here is where she got her hoof caught in the fence, jumping the fence.
Was she crying?
And she was a jumper. What?
Was she crying?
I can't remember. I think so. But yeah, she was laying right here, and her hoof was up in her foot was up in the air because she was laying on the ground inside. And I was like, "Oh crap!" So I jumped the fence. And I was trying to get her foot undone, but I couldn't get it undone. I had to literally pick her up and then undo it. It was
Poor
pretty
goat.
bad. Yeah.
What was her name?
I didn't have a name for her yet. She was a problem goat.
Like Faith.
But she was a Kiko.
What happened to her?
I ended up selling her because of the fallout with David Ray.
Oh, okay. So that was about that time that
Yeah.
happened.
I was trying to transition from milk goats to meat goats because, you know, we never milked them. It's like,
And everybody always asked you.
yeah, people always ask, why do you have milk goats when you don't milk them? I'm like, I don't know. And my friend Kirsten pretty much talked me into getting rid of all of my milk goats and going with meat goats.
That's probably the best thing to do.
Pretty much. And of course, David Ray sabotaged me because he wanted everything his way.
A Grody egg exploded in the coop.
Oh, yeah.
It stinks in there.
He wanted everything his way, but it's like, dude, I'm the one who pays all the bills and I'm the one who does all the work. You do nothing around here. So, he was a pain in the ass. But, you know, he was really book smart, and so he walked around like he was king, like he was God, throwing his weight around. And he really had no weight to throw around. He was just a worthless eater. But I'm glad I got rid of him. He's over in Eldo mooching off of somebody else now. So he's somebody else's problem. And I go by there every once in a while. I think he only has like 2 goats left, maybe 3 tops. He killed pretty much this whole herd because he doesn't take care of them. He doesn't trim their hooves. He doesn't deworm them. He inbreeds them. I think that's how you say it. So, yeah, he just doesn't take care of his goats. So, I've been more successful, probably 100 times more successful without him. I still got to clean up this mess from the sustainable community. But I need to burn these, but I burnt or recycled or throwed away most of the worthless stuff. Some of the stuff's still reusable. So, but I don't really have a place to put it, so it's just floating around. Or I just haven't had time to do something about it. But once I get my dividends up, I have more time and money to do things. I can find a part-time job, and then I can be here more half the time instead of just 10% of the time, and I can actually get more stuff done. So, problem is people don't want to show up to help, and some of the stuff I need help with. But I don't trust people enough to do the job without me being here, because a lot of times they either don't do it or they do it half-ass. And, like this pond even, I asked him how much it would cost to do this pond. He said $1,000. And I'm like, cool. I was making $1,000 a week, a little more. And so I was like, all right, cool. So that was not my budget, but that was, the ballpark. I figured it was ballpark. And it might cost me a little more or a little less. Who knows? I'm not a pond building expert. I told them what I wanted. And they did it. But they stopped at the $1,000 because they only work like so many hours. They charge by the hour, I guess. And they stopped at $1,000 worth of hours. And they're like, okay, it's done. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. It's not how I wanted it. And like, oh, well, basically they thought my budget was $1,000. I'm like, no, I make plenty of money. That was back when I made better money. I made plenty of money, so I wanted it done right, and they didn't really do it right. It still works, sorta, but it wasn't done right. So now I gotta save up some more money and hire somebody to come in and do it right. So what I might end up doing is, once I get my dividends up, just rent a backhoe and do it myself. Now, I saw the way he did it, so I don't really know. I can't say that I can do just as good of a job or anything. But I saw the way he did it. And if anything, I can at least do the prep work and then hire a professional to come in and finish it. But I wanted the pond to be bigger. I mean, when the pond is full, if I wanted to get in it, I can stand up in the pond, and I think my head would be above water. I mean, it's only maybe at best 6 foot deep, at best. And I really wanted it deeper than that, but it's whatever. So it does give the animals water most of the time, except during the drought season. Oh, here's one of the new kittens. Hi, little girl. Cutie pie. Come here, little one. Hi. I found her at Kaplinger. Her and her brother. Barely saved them from a fox. Yeah. So I brought him over here. I haven't seen the brother in a while, but she's sticking around and she's real friendly. And I brought a couple other cats over from Kapling or Collins. Oh, there's one of them right there, that black one. Oh, there's a speck on my screen, and when I moved it, it looked like the cat was moving, but the cat's not moving. What do you want? Do you want lovin's? She's adorable. But yeah, so anyways, I got the east fence line finally done-ish. So now I can just, next time I'm home, I can focus on finishing that. Finishing my corral. And I got to do some other work over at Collins that needs to be done. And then I got to start working on winterizing stuff. Because winter's coming. So, I'm a busy guy. I got a lot on my plate. And like I said, the North neighbor acted like I was just fucking off is what his words were. Like I didn't give a shit about the east fence line. It's like I care. I just got a lot of responsibilities. I got a lot of priorities that need to be done. And you said it wasn't a problem. And now you say it's a problem and it should have been done like 2 years ago. And it's like, dude, you've been telling me it's not a problem. And now you're cussing me out about a problem you told me was not a problem. So.
Ben, George. Did you see our turkey? Did you find Josh's hat?
No. Let me call him real quick and see where it might be.